Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Fields, and my name's Cecil. We'll do a little bit of yoga today, and today's focus is on digestion and to help digestion, help with acceptance, and also anxiety. So we'll start out in your easy seated pose and get comfortable with your legs. The legs could be crossed. You could also get into Vrasana, where you sitting backwards to the shins, knees together. So I'm going to go into Vrasana today. Feel the sits bones right into the heels, toes touch, knees together. Bring your hands into heart center. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Into a four-part breath. Inhale for 6. Pause for 2. Exhale for 8. And pause for 2. Inhale. Pause. 2. Exhale. And pause. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. Suspend. Inhale. Pause. And then exhale. And pause. Inhale. And suspend your breath. And exhale. And hold. And gently breathe normally. Okay. Now we'll move into, you can cross your feet the opposite way if you had them cross, or change positions. And this one we'll do an ocean breath and utilize a Conch Mudra hand gesture, where take your left thumb and wrap the 4 fingers of the right hand around them. And then bring the tip of the right thumb with the tip of all 4 left fingers and bring them up to your heart. And turn on to an ujjayi breath. So the breath is constricted in the back of your throat and gives you this ocean sounding breath. It's great to just carry yourself away from anxiety and stress, and just imagine that you're at the beach and just inhaling, lengthening the inhales, and then the exhale. Just feel the tide drawing back out into the ocean. And then slowly rolling smoothly back to the shore. You feel all the connection, the breath, and your surroundings. With the ebb and flow of your breath. Being the observer of your breath. Observer of the ebb and flow. The sounds within, connecting to your heart center. Feel around, being fully engaged with your presence, with the sound. Bring your hands onto your knees. Feel the collarbones broaden. And we're going to slowly start to create some circles. You kind of feel these sits bones. And you know, this may be sensitive for some people. It surely is for me. And I find having a good base with the feet and the sits bone is really important. Doing these, think of the circles coming out of the pelvic area. Okay, so it's not so much the shoulders doing the circling, at least for today. It's like churning butter, right? So we're churning the digestive flow in the sacral area. The sacral area is the element of water, sacral chakra. And let the breath come around on the inhale and exhale, making your way back to the front. Just a couple more times. And then let's switch direction. And I don't know if it's necessary how fast or slow you go. For me, having the sensitivities of old hip injury and imbalance, I usually take this a little slower than maybe others. At least starting out. And if you feel like the momentum is carrying you, then go for it. And bring yourself back to center. Move on to your mat, tabletop. Shoulder stacks over the wrist and hips over the knees. Lift the heels up and really root down into the shin bones and off the kneecaps. So if you lift the knees up, you can kind of tuck it under or flatten it a little more. Inhale, open up. So again, I would say the focus today is all in the pelvic area of cat-cows. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but for today's purposes, we want to feel the flow and movement from the root to the solar plexus more than maybe the crown. Just A flow between, imagine that the center of the movement is in the sacral area. And then from there, it starts to open up, going a little wider energetically, the roots into the heart chakra, and in the throat, and the crown. So imagine that it's like a whip, right? And the tailbone is initiating the flow, and maybe there's a little lag time between the spinal cord of the distal part all the way to the ground. And then back to center. Inhale, neutral, exhale. Take a peek at the right hip. Exhale, look at the left. So let's do it to where there's no resistance, more of a flow, okay? Inhale, neutral, exhale. So the legs might sway a little bit. It's okay. No perfection here. Now start to resist a little bit into the opposite leg. So maybe the cross arm from the opposite leg kind of resists the shaking of the hips. More of the shoulders moving. And just notice how different that is. And then bring yourself back to center. Good. So with slight bent knees, let's bring our hands to, let's say, the top of the bottom of the thighs. Straighten the arms. And then exhale completely. And slowly draw the chin upward. And then exhale. Inhale. Open the heart. And then exhale. Just like tuck the diaphragm under the rib cage. And then when you're on the pause, slowly open the collarbones and the chin. Inhale, and then exhale. So you feel the bandhas, like your mula bandhas, the roots. And full exhale, tuck the diaphragm under, open the collarbones, and then lengthen the back skull. And again. Tuck it under. And then exhale. Good. Bring your feet into a squat, halasana. So again, you create a bind with the knees and the triceps. And let's do this. Take the mat. I'm going to roll it up this way. And bring it underneath your heels. Okay? So if you're sitting the other way, that's fine. This is just going to be enough for me. You want to use a blanket or something to kind of keep the heels uplifted. And then take the feet a little closer than you normally would. Good, because you're going to lift the heels up. And then bind the hands, elongate tall on the spine. And we're going to hang out here. Just like feel, give yourself a little room with the abdomen between the thighs. Feel the wideness of the sacrum, giving you some space. Maybe press and root the four corners of the feet down and stand a little taller. And it's okay if you're just trying to hang on, right? So, if you're not doing this pose often, it might be a challenge, like with anything. But connect to your Ujjayi breath in this pose. So you can feel knitting the ribs together, the Uddiyana Bandha, broadening the shoulder blades wide, lengthening the back skull upwards, Jalandhara Bandha. Good. And like if your gaze can be right over the fingertips into a space in front of you. Almost like you're a little cross-eyed a little bit. And then, when you're ready, you can bring the hands forward. Let's walk them out a little forward and roll the spine a little bit. Now, lift the heels up, you roll your mat, downward facing dog. Good. So right here, feel the shoulders externally rotate and press into the L's of the hands. And press into the knuckle pads and feel the inner wrist lift up. As if a little space, if you had a pencil, you can maybe stick it in between the two wrist bones, the two forearm bones, into the wrist. So there's an arch in the hands. You grip the last digits of all 10 fingers. Just a little bit. And the energy rising up from the hand arches lengthens the arms. And you can feel the energy from the mid back, right, that wraps the spine, lengthening the sits bones upward. So in the feet, I want you to focus on the arches of the feet rising. All 10 toes lift. And then press them right back down. The center of the heels root down. And the inner channels of the legs, where more of the fluid is flowing upward as the sits bones rise. One thing I got from T.S. Little in his book, The Yoga of the Subtle Body, is that, the more fluid part of the legs are an inside, and at least the rivers and the tributaries and the outer sheath of the legs and the hips are very thick with fascia, which fluid's there too. There's more of a protective coating, trying to protect the inner channels. Good. Now, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bring the heel to the bum and then open up. Good. Lower the left forearm down. Good. So you just really open up the hips. Now lower the right leg back down. Then keep the left forearm down and then lift the left leg up. Now, bring it back down. Yeah. Forehead to the ground. Child's pose variation. Could be a balasana. Knees could be together in embryo version. And then lifting up the forearms, elbows, press back in the downward facing dog. This time left heel comes up. Touch the sits bones, bend the leg, and open up. Now lower the right forearm down. Really open up the left side body. Good. Now go ahead and bring the left foot down and then lift the right leg up. Root down the left heel and then bring the right shin back down. Good. Forearms to the ground. Lift up. I want you to glide forward. Locus. Good. Bring the palms to the ground. Lift the heels. And then lower back down. Now, right hand comes to the left ankle. Right hand comes down. So left hand to left ankle for a half floor bow. So Dhanurasana or Ardha Dhanurasana. Good. And then release. Windshield wiper your feet, left to right. Now left leg extends, left arm extends, right arm comes back. And press down. Good. And then release. Bring your hands by your side ribs, upward facing dog. And then, all right. I'm going to do a couple poses. Let's do this. I'm going to move to So now we're going to move to our back. Extend the left leg along. Draw the right knee inward. So the left thigh is pressing down. You can feel the left Achilles elongating. Toes are moving back. And may notice that if I bring my right knee a little wider, I can get a little bit more closer to the shoulder. But also, I want you to internally rotate this thigh a little bit. Notice how just that interaction broadens the right hip. Good. So even though it creates a little bit more space. Now take a look at this right thigh. Notice if it's hiking up. So press the pelvis that way as you resist with the shin coming in, the knee coming towards you. All right, now rotate the right leg over and the right arm over to the side. If you have the ability to grab peace fingers onto the right toe, go for it. Just feel again the right hip elongate away from the crown. And you want to feel this machine washing, churning into the lower abdomen, to the digestive area. Good. Now, I'd like you to take the left knee towards the right and then bring both hands to the toes, like we're in a forward fold. Straighten both legs. Now, see if you can wrap the peace fingers around both big toes and then bring the right arm away. So get both legs straight. Then bring the right hand back down. And then sit yourself up. And then back to your back. Onto your back. Right leg goes extend. Left knee walks in. Good. So again, give yourself a little space. So, notice the subtleties of what happens with the rotation of the thigh and the kind of nudging, and how that gives you a little freedom right on the edge. Good. So the right Achilles is pressing forward. And then, if this hip's hiking upward, press it away into your hands. Let the shin press into your hands from the movement of the thigh towards the heel. You can feel the anchoring of the tailbone straight across parallel, like it's hovering right over the mat, to the edge of the mat. Good. Now switching the hands, bring the right knee over. For spinal twist. So binds are wonderful twists. It's really good to create those subtle activations and awarenesses in your body. If you want to tuck the left shoulder under, see how that feels, and try to straighten the left leg. So this bind gives you a little bit more leverage in your pose. Now, bring the right leg to meet the left, and peace fingers go onto both toes. Let the head release. So try this on. This is kind of different. Straighten the legs, lengthen the lower torso. Have this engagement in and let the left arm sweep over. Spinal twist. Good. Now bring the left leg up and the right leg to follow. Reattach the peace fingers onto the toes. Yeah. Now let's release them. Bring the hands to the back of the thighs and then slowly rise up into boat pose. Right? I know I wanted to get to boat somehow. And elongate the spine. Good. Open the heart. Straight legs could be bent as well. Straighten them back up. Good. Walk the fingers to the toes and let's create the bind here. Good. Bring the feet to the ground and lower back onto your back. Draw the elbows in. We're going to move into a shoulder stand. Bring the hands to the ground. Try to tuck the shoulder heads down one at a time. You can use a wall here. It's really nice. It's especially if you're not familiar with this pose. And even if you are, it gives you a lot of different access. So all these poses, whether you have a chair or a bench, allows you to get a little more active in areas that help support the pose. Feel the chin move away from the chest. Magnetize the elbows. And elongate the legs upward. So both legs active. And then move into plow. And keep the sits bones rising. And slowly roll one vertebra at a time out of the pose. Into Shavasana. Let the legs open wide. Arms totally rest and relax. And slowly sweep your hands above your head. Elongate through the heels. Gently move your fingers and your toes and your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, feel the heart open. And then exhale, press the sacrum down as the knees hug in. Hands come to the shins. Roll right to left. Pull over onto your right hand side and just gently rise back up. All right. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, may your days be filled with blessings and warmth and love and family. Honor the time we have today and the honor we share, the time we share. And until next time, namaste.